Okay, we're on Maasrot, Perek Dalid, Mishnah Aleph. First Mishnah of the fourth chapter of Maasrot. So we've learned until now that let's say you have fruits that are in the field and you want to eat them arai. So those are not kovea for Maaser. That's fine. So you can eat them as temporarily. You can eat them out in the field. But we're going to learn that there are certain things that you do, if you do to them, if you process the food in a certain way, then it's kovea Maaser, and you have to take off trumot and Maasrot. So let's see in the Mishnah. It says in the Mishnah, kovea means you pickle something. So let's say you have olives in the field and you don't bring them inside, but you pickle them out in the field. Or hashalek, you boil them. Hamoleach, or you salt them. Obviously not simple salt, but I think you salt them like, in a professional way, like salted pickles, I guess. Okay? Say chayav, then you chayav take off trumot and Maasrot. Hamechamen ba'adama, patur. So mechamen ba'adama, Bartunura says, okay? Hamatmin perot tachat hakarka, if you matmin, you cover it. Hatmana means you bury it kind of under the ground. They would bury the unripe fruits that are not completely ripe, in order to make them ripen. So the point is, mechamen ba'adama, you're burying in the ground because it's not edible yet. So therefore, if you want to eat it arai, it's patur from trumot and Maasrot. Hametabel basadeh patur. Okay, metabel means you dip it. So if you dip it in salt, or he says tzir is brine, or chometz or vinegar, and you eat it, okay, I mean you want to add a little salad dressing. This is not salting like you salt herring, or salting like you salt pickles. By metabel, you're dipping it in the sadeh, because if you take your vegetable and you want to add a little salt or add a little flavor, patur. Hapotzea zeitim kedei sheyetze mehem sraf. If you have olives and you potzea means you puncture them in order that the sraf, the burn taste, should leave them. Again, patur, because that's not considered processing. That's just that you crush them a little bit in order to get rid of the bitterness. Hasochet zeitim babsaro patur. Let's say I picked some olives and I squeeze them on my flesh. I want to put them on my body in order to olive oil in order to make my skin soft. Okay, and then I eat the rest, obviously. Okay, so one second. Then you can eat the rest, and it's patur. But if I squeeze it into my hands because I'm trying to get some olive oil, okay, in order to hold the olive oil, then I'm chayav. Because the Bartunura says, or the Kati says, one second, the Bartunura says, if you catch it in your hand, it's as if you put it into a small well. And if you put it in a small well, it's gemar melachto. Mishnah continues. Hamekapeh l'tavshil patur. L'kdeira chayav. Bibnei shehu bor katan. So here we're talking about, we've learned before that if I have a whole well, and mekapeh means to skim off the skins, to skim off the shmutz that comes up to the top. But let's say I do put it in tavshil. Says the Bartunura. Hasholep solet shema'aleh hayayin be'et v'tichato nikra mekapeh. When it's boiled, when I boil the wine and I'm getting the garbage off the top, that's called mekapeh, to skim. V'im achar shenatan yayin betavshil heisim e'alav achartzanim ve'azagim atzapim l'malo. So I put wine. I have wine out in the field. I take the wine and I put it into my tavshil. Tavshil means to be cooked. But here the Bartunura says clearly tavshil tzonenar. It has to be a cold dish. I make soup, whatever. I make a cold, cucumber soup, and I want to add some wine. I pour the wine in, and then the schmutz and all the garbage rises to the top, and I skim it. So is that considered? If I do that to a tavshil, patur. But if I skim the kedeira, okay, the kedeira is an empty kedeira. I mean, I put the wine in a kedeira. Chayav. Why? Because it's not. I didn't put it into a dish, i.e., into a food. I put it into an empty kedeira, and since I put it into an empty kedeira, the kedeira itself is like a bor. And as we learned before, if I skim off of the bor, off the well, that's also gemar melacha, and I have to take off trumot and Maasrot before I want to eat it. Okay, we'll stop here. If you have any comments or questions, email me at arspoto@gmail.com. I will dedicate the learning to the memory of my father, Harav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a good day.